Today's lesson is the review for your Unit 1 test. One of the questions that you're going to see on your unit test today is to name 3 collinear points. We're testing your knowledge of the vocabulary word collinear. We talked about this in lesson 1.1, and if you go back and look, collinear means we're on the same line. Same linear line. So all I need to do is find 3 points that lie on the same line. Once again, equals same, linear is the line. There are 3 lines that I see in the picture given. This line, and then this line that is piercing the plane straight through. I must name 3 of them. I must name 3. So I would pick the 3 points on this one, which would be F, B, or C, B, and F in any order. Notice because they are 3 separate points, I am separating them with a comma. Or I would pick the ones on this line, which would be E, F, and D. It's a one or the other situation. I cannot mix and match. So I can't say C, E, and B, because if I look at them, they are not collinear. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the second problem. Find BC. Use the information to find the measurement of BC. It's given that AC is 39 meters, AB is 2x minus 8, and BC is x plus 17. I'm going to go ahead and add that 39 to the top of my picture. I'm going to drop the unit. But this is from lesson 1.2, where we added these 2 pieces of the segment together and set them equal to the whole thing. We did the segment addition. So let me zoom out just a bit. Oh, there we go. Yellow plus the pink equals the orange. Yellow part, 2x minus 8, plus the pink part, x plus 17, is equal to the orange, which is the whole thing, 39. All right, let me turn on my handy dandy calculator, and here we go. I'm going to have to solve for x, and then I'm going to have to substitute it back in so that I can find the measure of BC. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to combine my like terms. Remember, the x's get combined together. Combined means we do what we see. We do the operation that we see. So it's 1x plus 2x, which is 3x. And then I can go ahead and do my negative 8 plus 17, which gives me 9. So I'm going to put plus 9 equals 39. There was no distributing to do first, so I went straight into combining my like terms. My variable is already on one side. There's my x already on one side. So I'm ready to go ahead and get rid of my add or subtract by doing the opposite. So I see add. I'm going to go ahead and subtract it away. And then remember, you want to undo your multiplication or division by its opposite. Most of the time you should see multiplication, which means you're just going to go ahead and divide by the number in front of the variable x. They wanted BC. I could even help with using my highlighters. That's the pink one. So BC equals 10 plus 17, because take a look right here, it's x plus 17. I'm replacing the 17 or the x with 10. 10 plus 17 is 27. All right, the next one is to find the value of the angle labeled 3x. You're going to want to use this foldable from lesson 1.5. And basically what you're going to want to do is get this foldable out and take a look at these pictures. Take a look at these pictures right here. Now remember, these two are the same. And if we flip open those foldables, we're going to be able to do the problem the same, whether we say it's a linear pair or we say they're supplementary. But this foldable is going to come in quite handy. If I look at them and I just look at the shape, it looks like this one right here, which are my vertical angles. I'm going to flip that foldable open and I'm going to verify that these are in fact vertical angles. Remember, vertical angles must only share a side. They must only share a side. When we're talking about vertical, when I highlight them, they cannot share anything but that purple point. And if I take a look at my color, neither one of them are blending together to create an orange color. So these two, perfect. They are vertical angles. If I read in that foldable right here, it says that vertical angles are congruent. We mark congruence as such. And if I read through it more, it means I'm going to take that yellow expression and that pink expression, and I'm going to set them equal to each other because congruent means we're equal. Remember the symbol? It looks like this. All right, let's substitute in. There's the yellow one. Here's the pink one. Let's go ahead and solve for x. I have no distributing to do. I have no like terms to combine. There's one term on this side, two terms on this side. I cannot add 2 plus 16 because of the x. It says no, you cannot add. I'm going to have to go ahead and get my x to one side. That's where I'm going to start solving. I want to move the smaller one normally, but because the 3x is already by itself, I want to move the 2x over. Now 2 does happen to be smaller than 3, so even if I would have said I'm going to move the 2x, I would have been correct. Now remember that is 1x. Did I need to put the 1? No, I did not. I could simply say x equals 16. But remember, there is multiplication hiding in there. Boop, there it is. And if I divide by 1, I still get 16. But remember, 1 can also be invisible. It did ask me to find the value of the angle labeled 3x. That's my yellow one. So the measure of that angle would be 3 times 16. 3 times 16, which is 48 degrees. This would be the answer that I would give. All right, the last two examples that I want to talk about today are finding the measure of angle A if the angles are supplementary. Take a look at this word right here. Actually, I think I used blue in the notes. I could take a look at that same foldable from the last page. Here, let me drop it in for you. Nice and big. I can go back and look at this same foldable. In this foldable, I can see the word supplementary angles. There it is right there. I can open this up and it will tell me exactly how to set up this problem. It'll talk about angle 1, which is just going to be angle A. And it's going to talk about angle 2, which would just be angle B. And it shows me in there that I'm going to add them together and I'm going to set them equal to 180 because that's what supplementary means. I'm going to now come in and I'm going to put 4x minus 2. Notice I've dropped the parentheses. That's because they're not there for me to distribute. They're there for me to do the substitution to find the degree. Likewise, I'm going to drop the parentheses. And there we go. All right, so there's no distributing to do for this problem. I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms. I'm going to combine together the x's. 4 plus 11, which is 15x. And then I'm going to go ahead and do negative 2 plus 17, which is positive 15. Right, let me just double check. Yep. All right, I have my x alone on one side. So I'm going to go ahead and start by getting rid of my add or subtract. I see add. I'm going to do its opposite, which is subtract. Bring down my 15x. 180 minus 15 is 165. Remember, your goal is to get this x by itself. Hiding between a number and a variable, a number and a letter, is the multiplication. And so I simply have to get rid of it by dividing by the number in front of the variable. I'm going to put my answer over here. 165 divided by 15 is 11. If I have to go back, it does ask me to find the measure of angle A. It does ask for the measure of angle A. I'm just going to go ahead and substitute it in. 4 times 11 minus 2. And I got that right here from the yellow highlighting. 4 times 11 is 44, minus 2 would give me 42 degrees. This would be the answer that I would give, okay, on the answer blank right here. All right, the last one from today is to find the value of x if the two angles are complementary. Likewise, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to slide up my screen just really quick. I can go to this foldable. I can open up this tab right here, and it's going to tell me what to do with these complementary angles. It's going to say take angle 1, add to it angle 2, and they have to equal 90 degrees because that's what complementary means. Once again, you're simply going to get rid of, oh, it's the same problem. Hold on a second. I forgot the x. There we go. The only difference here, 90 degrees, and we only have to find the value of x. Here we go. So same thing. There's no distributing to do, but there are like angles, like terms to combine. 14 plus 11x is 15x. And I can do negative 2 plus 17, which is positive 15. I have my x on one side, so I'm simply going to go ahead and get rid of the add or subtract. I see add, and by doing its opposite, which is, of course, subtract. All right, 90 minus 15 is 75. I'm going to go ahead, remember I'm solving for x, and whenever a number is in front of a letter like that, a variable, multiplication is hiding between, and you simply have to get rid of it by dividing, always by the number in front of the letter x, in front of that variable. I'm putting in my calculator 75 divided by 15, and I'm getting 5 for an answer. Good luck on your Unit 1 test.